Now the Savage River in the summertime when it's terrestrial season, it can really be a blast. And earlier this summer, I came up with a couple of new hopper patterns, nothing revolutionary. And the first one, it's turned out to be an okay fly, not great. It had a lot of foam in it, some deer hair, legs, and just a pretty big gaudy fly. I think it even had some turkey slip on it and some palmered hackle up through the body. But surprisingly enough, it has worked pretty well, but it has not floated all that well. It will float in slower water, but that's not the kind of water we're usually fishing hoppers. But in the faster water with just a little bit of riffle or chop, it was sinking, maybe 2 or 3 inches early on, and then by the end of the run, it would sink, a good 8 inches or so. But oddly enough, that is when I was getting the most interest with it. I was getting a lot of takes with this fly sunken. So I went back to the drawing board and decided to come up with one that was going to sink by design. And I looked at the naturals, both here in the fields. I'm seeing them all over the place right now. It's mid-July. And when I'm walking on the trails, along the Savage River, I'm seeing these natural hoppers, but they're small. And maybe they will get bigger by the end of the season, but right now they're about a size 8 and they're really pretty thin. So the next one I came up with was just a really thin olive foam for the main body, but a chenille, and I'm using a yellow and brown variegated chenille for the underbody. And instead of deer hair, I'm using calftail. It's just a little less buoyant, and then I do put some rubber legs on it. And it is a super simple tie. So if you're fishing terrestrials in the summer and you've got a need for something like this, give it a try. It's done really well for me. So there it is in the vise, my little low ride hopper. Calling this thing a low rider. Not very elegant at all, and a super simple little tie. And I do tie this a little bit smaller, have been this year. This is a size 8, 3X long curve shank hook. One of my favorite terrestrial hooks. It's the J. Stockard 430. And I'm going to use black thread. You could try to match your body color with your thread if you wanted, but there's not a whole lot of this that's going to show, so I don't think it really matters. Just going to catch it in right back here to about where the point is, close to it. And now my underbody. The hoppers I've been seeing here have a yellow and almost brown underbody. So I'm going with this variegated chenille, and this is a small yellow and brown. It's mainly a nymphing material, but I think it has worked pretty well in this hopper. Now for the main part of the body, 2mm foam. I did cut it. It's maybe a hook gap, but maybe not even. And I did put a little, the little slant at the back there. I'm going to catch it in with just a little bit going past the bend of the hook, kind of the butt end of the hopper. That's fairly common. So 3 or 4 wraps right there, and these weren't real tight at first, but after several wraps you can put some tight ones down. And now I'm going to take my thread up to the middle of the body, and I apologize for that smashed finger right there. I know I keep forgetting to put a band-aid over it, and that thing is just a mess looking. Hasn't hurt for a long time, but it's been a couple of months and this thing is just not healed up yet. So I'll try to hide it from you. Okay, so we got our chenille, maybe 3 wraps up there. Now we're going to fold this body over, and then we'll put another big hump on the hopper's body right there. So there we go. That's our back 2 segments, and we're going to repeat this one more time. Take it back up here a good bit behind the eye, because we're going to kind of fold over ahead like a typical foam hopper. So another 3 wraps here maybe. Okay, I think that's good. And I'll snip this excess. And now I'm going to fold this one over. Again, kind of medium wraps at first, and then after you've done several, you can go with a few tighter wraps. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Look how thin that body is. And this is why this thing is not a high floater at all. And for the wing, just a medium-sized tuft of white calftail. I mean, tan calftail right here would work pretty well. Don't even bother stacking it. It's going to be going all over the place, and that is just fine. So several wraps to get that in. Now here's another tip. When you trim this front, don't trim it as short as you can. Get it kind of short, but you know, not all the way short. See how I got it right there? And now what we can do is just kind of pull this up and put a few wraps up in between it. So that's going to really help lock this wing in. And doing it like this, you don't really need to worry about super glue or anything like that to really lock it in. So that wing is going to be just fine. Now I have been putting legs on these, but I'm not spending a lot of time trying to get them perfect. So just a couple of barred silly legs, I think these are called. I'm going to put it right there, just two not real tight wraps, and these are going to flare all out on you, look kind of like a panfish bug anyway, but again, I don't really care. And now I'll fold this up front. See, I've got kind of a loop up there too, and now another couple of loose wraps right here, and then you can judge your position, see if you got them where you want. Okay, when you do, now you can go back with a few tighter wraps. Now I'm going to open these up right here and fold this back over. This gives you kind of that hopper head right there, and check it, make sure you're going to be able to get your tippet up through there. In this case we are. So let's go ahead and loose to medium wraps at first. After you've gotten several wraps here, you can go ahead and put some tighter ones. And I haven't been using head cement on these, so what I do to finish it off, just 2 4 or 5 turn whip finishes right here. Now obviously we got this big long piece right there. Cut that off a little bit. Take a look at your legs. Do you need to trim any of those? Yeah, I can shorten these back ones just a little bit here, but really probably not a big deal one way or the other. So there you go, my little low rider. This thing has just really done pretty well for me this summer. So I appreciate you watching, everybody. Y'all take care, and we'll see you next time.